should be good now. Awesome. All right. I think we finally did it. Only took quite a decent chunk of trial and error, but we did it. Let's see. Move this up. Yeah, we are good. Sick. Okay, so in that case.
The lighting is a little sensitive, so I can tone that down a bit.
Yeah, sure. It's mainly just this backlight that's a little bit sensitive. Honestly.
It is, yeah.
Like, not sure if there's a way we can turn that down just ever so slightly.
Yeah, like 10 to 20%.
Yeah. Yeah, no, we should be fine off of that for sure. So.
Also might be the laptop camera as well, just really sensitive to light.
Yeah, no, it is. So there's not a ton we can do about that, but whatever. Yeah.
Should be a little down, but I think it should look better.
Yeah, no, that definitely looks better.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a whole jump scare when Jack gets here because he can't see anything from up there.
No. Well, welcome everyone to the LeagueWatch show, Trade Deadline podcast. I am your
whatever we want to call it.
I am your guest host for the next 30 minutes to an hour.
Yeah, roughly.
Nathan.
Yeah.
I joined with the main host of the show, Ryan.
Yeah. Jack will be here in probably about half an hour, just 40 minutes maybe. So, should be a fun one. Hopefully we actually get some trades, because if not, this will gonna be a really long 2 hours.
Yeah, of course. So while we're here,
yeah,
let's talk about some trades that already happened here.
Yeah, for sure.
So first, let's talk about the Corey trade that has just officially happened.
Yeah.
It's now being confirmed it is 50% of Perry's salary will be retained by the Kings, so it makes sense for a second round pick. I thought it was a little at first, but I was thinking like, second's a little bit of a stretch for his age.
Yeah, for sure.
And like him expiring, but now it's half retained. It's like that's $500,000 that's retained. So it's like that's a lot of space now for the Lightning to still make another move there.
Yeah, exactly.
So
same with the Kings too. Honestly, they've done some contract there, which is nice.
That's really I'm just gonna take a good look at the lines here. That should be really beneficial for the Lightning here. Yeah, so Perry will likely be fitting in the fourth line, which makes sense for a team like that. But they should still have about $2 million in cap space now, if you include the cap that they have right now on long-term injury reserve. Yeah. Which I think should be fine by the time like Nick Paul gets back. Yeah. So essentially, it's just taking Nick Paul's sort of workload until he returns. Yeah, exactly. And then Nick Foligno going to Minnesota to play with his brother. Yeah. That's also a big one. Yeah. Future considerations. I like that for both teams. Chicago guy just giving like a nice farewell. Yeah, for sure. Go off to wherever he wants to go to, and then Nick Foligno gets to play with his brother, I believe. I could be wrong. I have to look at this, but I think it's the first time he's actually going to be able to play with his brother. Yeah, I think so as well. So that's going to be really good for him. Yeah. And another trade they made was Bobby Brick for David Juracek. I might say it wrong, but that is an interesting trade. Yeah, that's kind of just a bit of a weird one. Apparently we're hearing we could have Kadri to Montreal, Laine to Calgary. God, please no. I don't know. I want Patrick Laine on my team. Well, most likely he's expiring as well, so most likely it's just to be for cap reasons. Yeah, which wouldn't be the worst thing in the world, but I want draft picks. Though I wouldn't mind seeing Calgary get him for like just give him like a 1-year contract just to see like how he does in Calgary. Yeah, exactly. Because Calgary for the next couple of years is expected to not really perform too well and just kind of rebuilding. So give up Kadri for it's not gonna be likely 1-for-1. I assume they'll likely be a first round pick in play. Yeah, most likely, for sure. Yeah, so Calgary right now, Zeri, Kadri, Farabee on that first line with Coleman, Backlund, and Cornell on the second. Yeah. Since Huberdeau is out on injury reserve, and I guess he's out for the season. Yeah, for sure. So that top six, not looking too great, but seems to be you can get a lot back right now looking at how the market is. Yeah, no, for sure. There's definitely quite a bit of wiggle room, especially with the market right now. It's definitely a buyer's market. So I think it should be an interesting one. I think Kadri could go. Frost, another one that's kind of been talked about. Lomberg, and then of course Coleman as well. I think from the perspective of Calgary, I think they want to keep Frost as long as possible. Yeah, no, I agree. So pretty young, 26, 2 years left on his deal. Backlund has a no trade clause, so him leaving I think is very unlikely.
No, Backlund won't leave. He's staying.
I think he's most likely a guy that he will stay until he kind of just retires.
Yeah,
stay with
for
the team,
sure.
Draft him. He's played with the team since 2008 to 2009, so
Yeah.
he's been with the team for almost 2 decades.
Yeah,
which is
exactly. So
amazing. So
and he's the captain. Like we
Exactly.
just re-signed him too. So there's really just kind of no point of, doing all that.
yeah, I expect to probably see like his jersey number when he's probably gonna like retired by.
Oh no, it definitely will be. I think I'll be shocked if
Yeah.
it's not. Yeah, for sure.
Then some other ones there. Coleman might be traded as well.
Yeah.
I think my major issue is that cap hit 4.9
Yeah, for sure.
for still another year as well.
Yeah, I mean the Flames have one more retention spot though, no?
Yeah. So
Or we might have retained Uyghur actually. I don't remember.
he wasn't retained.
He wasn't, so then we
Yeah.
do have one extra
Yeah,
spot.
because he had a
we were retained
pretty
on
solid-
Raz and we retained on Markstrom, which are
Yeah,
both
he has
this
a really
year.
good contract there. So
Yeah.
Coleman, I really only see being traded if there's a half retained.
Yeah.
Which wouldn't be a bad thing for Calgary to do.
No, not at all.
Because of doing that, I can expect if Corey Perry is getting a second, I can maybe see, probably not a first, but I can see
For
maybe
Coleman?
like, for Coleman. I don't see a
Yeah.
first being in play, but I can see it being like a second, maybe like a second, fourth, maybe second and third, maybe the second, like some guy that plays in bottom 6,
Yeah, exactly. Probably something like that.
just to replace that player roster spot.
Yeah.
So that will be interesting to see.
Yeah.
Some other ones that happened today, there is Minnesota getting Bobby Brick. That's going to be huge for them.
Yeah.
The major issue was, even with that Hughes trade, they lost Marco Rossi. So that was essentially, they already had some issues with their top 6.
Yeah.
Kind of being too heavily reliant on the top guys, similar to Edmonton.
Yeah.
But they're kind of a team that like usually overpays for those like more bomb 6 guys. They're essentially similar to Vancouver in the sense that they find a lot of bomb 6 guys that can perform well,
Yeah.
but there aren't guys that can play 20 minutes a night.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So them getting Bobby Brick, who, though he does play wing, they could
Yeah.
possibly put him on center. Just a random
Yeah,
idea
for
there.
sure.
But yeah, I think that'll be really good for them. That keeps up their depth and
Yeah, exactly. Because that's kind of the thing that we noted on the show a couple of times with Minnesota is they have a lot. Their top 6 is very strong. The defense is very, very strong. But where they're kind of lacking is that bottom 6. So that was a big pickup for them, I think.
yeah.
for sure.
And now that they able to kind of put Urov there on the third line, that's been pretty solid. But Treelin on the third line there isn't looking too good.
Yeah.
I think if they can maybe find a trade for him at this deadline, that'll be really good for them.
Yeah, for sure.
Mostly because that extra 3.5, he is not worth 3.5.
No.
He, from what we can see, he's probably more like a guy that maybe 2 million.
Yeah, definitely.
So getting rid of him and then likely giving that extra money to Hughes when he expires
Yeah.
is probably what they're gonna want to do in this situation.
Yeah, most likely.
With as well, Bobby Brick is an RFA here, so they're gonna have to pay him as well.
Yeah, no, definitely.
Looking at their team right now, they have Zuccarello, Tarasenko expiring.
Mm-hmm.
They're Robbie Fabry, who they just picked up from waivers, and Bobby Brick.
Yeah.
So we'll have to see how that goes. They have Gustafson's extension coming into play next season.
Yeah.
So they have a lot of veterans expiring, a lot of
Yeah.
solid veterans expiring. So
Yeah.
the question for them comes down to, do you keep these aging veterans for another year or two to maybe
Yeah.
make another push on maybe cheaper deals, or do you let them go and have the younger guys take their place?
Yeah, for sure. No, it's a really, really solid question, and I think it's one that's going to be have to consider. And I think there's a lot of question marks kind of with Minnesota's future, especially with. I mean, a lot of them revolve around Quinn Hughes, of course. So yeah, I think it will be pretty interesting to kind of see what unfolds over the next couple of years. You know, I think there's a really high chance to go on a cup run this year.
Oh yeah.
Like I know I predicted them in our early brackets. I predicted them to go and actually losing the cup to Montreal because no one's beating Montreal, but.
Montreal is very solid this year. I think the main issue here will be goaltending.
Yeah, for sure.
Fowler is easily the best goalie, but he's too young to really put in that position where he plays 50 NHL games in it.
Yeah, exactly.
So the most likely option, what you're going to want to see for them is you want Samuel Montembleu to do really well.
Yeah,
But that is exactly why that there is consideration that they might go for a player like Bob Borowski and Binghamton.
Yeah, exactly. I could see Bennington being a decent fit. They also have Dobesh over there as well, which he had a solid. He's struggled a little bit recently, but overall he's been quite solid. So
Yes. So we'll have to see how that kind of goes. I think Bobrovsky is a very interesting one. He's expiring and he's on 10 million.
yeah,
If he's traded, I do suspect it will likely be half retained.
yeah, most likely.
But he hasn't been having a great season.
No,
he's
he really
definitely a guy that
hasn't.
can do really well in a playoff run.
Yeah.
But during the regular season, he hasn't been too strong this year. So if you're Montreal, the question really comes down to you likely have to give up a goalie in exchange for that?
Yeah, exactly. And it's most likely going to be Fowler at this point, probably, or Montembeault.
I think it's probably going to be Montembeault because the reason for that is I think Fowler's too young. He's the future goalie. He'll likely be the starter in probably 2 seasons.
Yeah.
And he most likely will be the backup next year.
Yeah,
I suspect.
for sure.
He's having a pretty solid year down in Laval. He currently has a .915 save percentage, a 2.23 goals against average in 26 games.
Yeah,
which is solid. And even in NHL, he has a 1.81 goals saved above expected.
Yeah.
So he's been really solid for them.
Yeah.
It's a good move for them to send him down so he can still develop. I think they're doing a great job at that.
Yeah, for sure.
But again, it really comes down to seeing how that kind of plays out. Montreal's a team that they have a lot of things they can put into play here. They got some good prospects down below.
Yeah.
They got Jacky, they got Waugh, they got Beck that can help you into play if they need to.
Yeah, for sure.
So we'll have to kind of see how that works out for them.
Yeah, no, it'll be interesting. I think Montreal is, of course, the team that I've backed kind of all year long on LeagueWatch, and just overall quite a fun team to watch, to be completely honest. So I think they'll be an interesting one. I think they have a really, really good shot of going all the way this year. But once again, it'll kind of be interesting to see what the future holds for guys, like Suzuki with, Demidov and Hudson and those guys coming up. They're going to be wanting big contracts in a couple years' time. So I think that'll be one to watch. I think Montreal could have, a couple really solid years and then have the craziest fall off of all time if they have to lose guys like Suzuki.
Oh yeah, for sure. Suzuki is easily the best guy on paper right now.
Yeah.
Really strong two-way player, played for Team Canada, did pretty solid there at the Olympics.
Yeah, for sure.
So having him long term and having him lead the team like that is beneficial and just kind of helps the team as well. So Vincent Hinostroza, the trade is confirmed, so there'll be him to Florida for future considerations.
Right. Sweet.
That mostly is just to open up cap space and that contract spot
to
bring in Foligno and Brick, so I think it's a not bad move for them.
Yeah, no, that's a solid move just to open up the cap, I think.
Yeah, so hasn't been too many future considerations done so far. I think we usually expect about a good amount of them this time around, but only 2 so far, for the main one being Foligno, which I think is it's usually you see that for teams trying to get rid of a player, but in that sense, they weren't really trying to get rid of him, but mostly give him a shot in the cup with his brother.
Yeah, for sure.
So that one's more one we can kind of bid a good farewell to.
Yeah, exactly.
But a big trade that kind of happened, I guess it was confirmed like a lot more earlier this morning.
Yeah.
Was the Jets and Sabres trade.
Right, yeah.
What are your thoughts on that one? It's a very interesting
trade. So it's the Logan Stanley trade.
Yeah.
I think it's a solid one for the Sabres. Of course, they missed out, a solid chunk on, say players like Parayko and whatnot that, declined to go there. And I think the thing is with Buffalo is they don't necessarily need to go and get stars. Like, I think what they really need is to just, honestly, just get some depth. Like, they have their stars, they're set, but they just need their depth, I think, as of right now. And because that's the issue that I have with Buffalo at the moment is just absolutely no depth, I think, right now. So, I don't know. What do you think?
I think it's an interesting trade for them.
Yeah.
This will definitely be the first time in a while that they are considered a playoff contender.
Yeah.
So I think I don't know. In my opinion, I feel like it's got a load in their heads in that sense. Parayko was a good move to try and do, but now that's not happening. I feel like they're panicking a little and trying to find some sort of secondary option.
Yeah, for sure.
I think at this trade, it's really good for the Jets. They get a second, they got a 4th round pick. They retained half of Shen's salary, but that doesn't really matter when he's expiring this year.
Yeah, for sure.
Isaac Rosen is going to be pretty big for them.
Yeah.
I think he has the potential to be a middle 6 guy for them.
Yeah.
He got some time this year and a little bit last year, and with Buffalo kind of bringing a lot of the younger guys up.
Yeah, for sure.
So I think the Jets, they were a team that they are one of the oldest teams in the league.
Yeah.
The youngest guy, I believe, I'll have to take a look at that, but so I'm just taking a quick look at the roster.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, they They have one guy that's 21. The youngest forward is Perfetti at 24.
Yeah.
Velarde at 26, so that'll be really beneficial for them. But again, the depth is relatively old. They got Nyquist, Taves, Pearson at 33, Lowry at 32, Iafallo at 32. They got a really old depth.
Yeah, no, they have an old core.
Yeah,
sure,
and then
so
with injuries as well, Niederreiter's also 33. So them bringing in Rosen, I think, is really good for them to do this.
yeah, I agree.
Yeah, like Rosen will most likely, in my opinion, I think go on to the bottom 6 most likely.
Yeah, most likely for now.
But I'm really excited to see how he will do on a team like that.
Yeah, for sure.
I think Winnipeg knows that they're not going to be a playoff team and they got to retool at this time.
Yeah.
They still kind of have that window open for them.
Yeah.
With Velarde and Kyle Connor still being really good there, and Connor's extension, Scheifele and Hellebuck, of course. Hellebuck's been questionable a bit this year, but I think it's mostly just a bit of a down year. The team isn't really doing great. Morsley's injured. They got two of the top defensemen are injured at the moment.
Yeah.
So the top pairing is DeMello and Samberg, which isn't really a strong top pair.
Yeah, no, it's really not. I think especially with Samberg there, I think, he's definitely not one that strikes me as a top line or just top line guy anywhere really. So I don't know. I think they have some options here of what they could do with potentially some more trades, shipping some guys off for prospects or getting some draft capital for this upcoming draft. The thing is, if you're Winnipeg, you don't want draft capital from 3 drafts from now.
Oh no!
If you're sending off guys, you need it for right now.
Yeah. So the picks they did back was 2027 for the second round pick.
Yeah.
2026 is upcoming draft for the 4th round pick.
Yeah.
That's gonna be pretty good for them.
Yeah.
I'll have to take a look at the draft picks real quick, but kind of taking a look at the second pair right now with the injuries is Fleury and Samuel. I'm not really too sure how to say the name exactly.
Oh man, I'm not even trying.
Salamosen.
Something like that,
Fleury.
Yeah.
Salamosen's not been too bad this year, mostly just a rookie coming up.
Yeah, no,
so
not bad at all.
I think he'll do pretty well. I think with kind of selling off Shen and Stanley, that gives kind of the option for them to play some younger guys.
Yeah, for sure.
At this point, they're essentially just selling.
Yeah.
Which I think works out. They still got guys like Nyquist and Taves who Taves won't be likely traded, but I can't see Nyquist possibly being traded. It probably will be with retained salary due to him really has 10 points in 40 games this season. He's having a down year, and he's most likely gonna have a really cheap, if not really got signed this offseason. Yeah. So if teams are interested, they will have to likely retain half his salary for that, and it'll likely be a late round pick for that.
Yeah, for sure. I don't know. I think the Jets definitely have some solid options here of what they could do. Is that Tanner Pearson that they have on the fourth line?
Yeah, Tanner Pearson.
Really, Canucks legend Tanner Pearson.
He's been all right this season.
Yeah.
He has 13 points in 52 games. He's been all right for them so far, but I think he definitely is a guy. He has $1 million cap right now. He's an option where you could just sell him off with half retained for a team that's a competitor and just needs some guy who maybe can score a couple goals in the fourth line. Yeah, exactly. Pearson is an option for that, so definitely we'll have to see what happens with that. Yeah, for sure. It'll be interesting to see as well. So, of course, it's been honestly a little bit slow right now compared to last year, at least with this deadline. We're still kind of waiting for updates to see as we go. We're also currently selling some baseball cards on Whatnot, so if anyone watching on YouTube wants to pop into Whatnot, if you're interested, watching us on another platform, please come hang out. It's a lot of fun. We'll be selling Awesome Hockey cards a little bit later as well. As of right now, we don't have a ton of baseball in right now. I got more at home that I can do at a later time, but just this for now, and then we got a whole bunch of hockey to try and sell off later. A while back, I actually bought this pack. Do you know it's not the PLL, but it was the league before that. Oh, I think I know which one you're talking about. I got a bunch of a box of cards. Yeah. Got like really good lacrosse players, like what they used to play for, like the field lacrosse teams. Nice. So quickly looking at some contract extensions. Everly got a 5x5 for 2 years. I think it's a really solid deal for them. Yeah, solid deal for both sides, I would say overall. I think Eberle, he's the captain, right? Yep, he's the captain at the moment. So, good to bring the captain back. And
like, I mean, getting $5 million for him is, like, as the player, that's pretty solid, I would say. I wouldn't personally go any more than that. But I would say as a player, that's quite good. I think, they want to bring him back since he is the captain. He's been the captain. So I think that's probably one of the incentives of why that contract is maybe slightly higher than, I would expect.
Oh yeah, and him being 35, I expect he most likely will retire after this extension.
Yeah, for sure.
But again, we'll have to see how that kind of works out because, players can still be Corey Perry at his age and still be able to compete. So it'll most likely possibly be like a situation like that where he'll get a cheaper contract once he gets that age.
Yeah, for sure.
Alex Nedeljkovic also got an extension here, $3 million a year for 2 years. I think it's a really solid deal for them, and that's actually what I was expecting to happen.
Yeah, no, that's quite solid overall. Of course, he's back. Is he back up or is he starting right now?
He's sort of splitting the crease at the moment.
Yeah, I don't know much about the goalie situation there. Yeah,
so right now they're mostly just trying to figure out this with identity down there. We all know that the offense is looking going to look really good for the future, but the back end is a little more questionable.
Right.
So we'll have to see how that kind of looks out, especially with their defense. They got Klingberg and Orlov there on the first pairing. Klingberg most likely will be going to free agency. Yeah. And Ferrero had some trade rumors, so we'll see if anything happens with that. And then Dale is also expiring there, and then Lindgren, who is currently not in the main lineup, most likely needs sort of trade options if possible there. So that'll have to be something we'll have to keep an eye on because San Jose, I think the most likely option is they do, because these guys aren't old. Lindgren's 26, Ferrero's 27. They are all right, mostly middle pair to bottom 4 guys on a defense. So it really just comes down to what they want to do with it. Dickinson is in the lineup there, so maybe they can give him some more minutes. But he's 19, don't want to rush him as well. So the question really comes down to as well, they don't have a lot of good D prospects at the moment.
No, so they really don't.
It comes down to a big question of what they kind of do in that situation.
Yeah, for sure. I think, for San Jose is, they really got to figure out if they're buying or not doing anything. I think, and they got to figure that out pretty quick here. So I think with the Sherwood trade, that kind of put them in a spot to be buyers. But then they haven't really done a ton after that, have they? Other than re-sign Sherwood. So
they haven't done too much with that, but there isn't like too much they have to do. They are still, as considering, they essentially are still rebuilding at the moment.
Yeah.
The offense is looking solid. Lundberg got an extension earlier this year. Sherwood got an extension, which I think a little questionable in my opinion, but with the amount of cap space they do have, it does make sense.
Yeah, no, it does. For sure. They have pretty much unlimited cap space for a team that's buying right now, which is the perfect spot you want to be in for a solid team like that, I think.
Yeah, so we have to kind of see how this team looks. They have, at the moment, looks to be about only 2 guys in the lineup most likely for defense next season.
Right.
So we have to see what will happen with that.
Yeah, for
sure. Sounds like it will be a giant question mark this offseason.
Yeah.
And with the defense market not being too solid this year, mostly being a lot more older players, such as John Carlson, which we can talk about shortly, and Jacob Trouba, there isn't really too much they can do there.
No, so there's not.
San Jose most likely will be a team that have to get looked at this offseason on if they maybe could consider a trade.
Yeah, for sure.
An option I was possibly bouncing around earlier this season was Juracek before he was traded to Philadelphia there.
Right. Yeah.
I think he wouldn't be a bad option to go to San Jose, fitting in sort of in that whatever kind of role on the right side they kind of need. But now with him traded, there isn't really a lot of defensive prospects that are available to be traded.
Yeah, no, for sure. No, there's not a ton. Yeah, there's really not. They don't have. I mean, they have a ton of draft capital though.
Oh yeah,
is the thing, especially looking at San Jose. So that's probably going to be their best bet if they're going to be buyers, is just shipping off a ton of draft capital. But that's kind of a tricky one as well because teams will get greedy.
They also got to be a little careful as well because they don't have any third-round picks for the next 3 drafts.
Yeah, they don't.
So they also got to realize that though they are rebuilding, they still got to play. Doesn't just mean that they can stack more picks and sell them off right away. They still got to be very conservative with it.
Yeah.
So them having 2 picks in the first round being the Oilers one from the Jake Wallman trade and the current pick will look pretty good for them. So definitely, most likely we'll see them drafting a defenseman undrafted.
Most likely, yeah. We could definitely see that for sure, I think.
We're waiting for more stuff to come in, but while we are here, Janmark has had the surgery, so he had a shoulder injury which was suspected. So he will be at camp next fall, but that's about 3 players it looks like who had surgeries, being Huberdeau, Lekkemecki, and Janmark.
Yeah.
Who had surgeries and will be ready to go by I believe Toronto, another one, but I'll take a good look at that. But it is funny that it's all the Canadian teams that are suffering from that.
Yeah, exactly. The Canadian teams have had it pretty rough this year, I would say.
Yep, so we'll have to kind of see how that works out for them.
Yeah.
Just kind of waiting on any sort of extra news to happen, but so far it looks like the Leafs have traded Bobby McMahon.
Oh, really?
That will be a big thing to take a look at.
Yeah.
McMahon is a major question mark, but he is one of those key players that's really solid. He's similar to Pius Suter, how he was last season. He's a guy that can play wing or center.
Yeah, for sure.
And he's solid. He's a very solid guy. He is. From what I was hearing, he's likely going to get a contract similar to what Sherwood got next extension.
That would make sense.
Between maybe $5 to $6 million.
Yeah.
So that will most likely be something we'll be seeing this offseason. I think he'll be one of the bigger players in the trade, the free agency this offseason, which isn't always the greatest.
Yeah.
I know. We all know that this offseason will be the Andre Kuzmenko sweepstakes.
Yeah, for sure.
So mostly we will see players like Bobby McMahon be very valuable this time, especially with Wenberg getting his massive extension there.
Yeah.
It does show that centers, just in general, especially ones that can play wing if need be, are very valuable right now.
Yeah, for sure.
So McMahon being traded, I think we have to wait and see what the return will be.
And where is he even going? Do we have any word on that?
At the moment,
I haven't seen anything show up for me just yet on my Twitter feeds or anything. So.
No, at the moment, it doesn't seem like we have any confirmation on where he will be going.
Yeah.
But we will have to keep kind of waiting and see what will happen with that.
Yeah, for sure.
But what do you expect the return will be for Bobby McMahon?
It kind of depends on what they're looking for. I'm going to be assuming that they want a pick and not, players or anything. You can get a prospect. My best guess if it's going to be a pick is it's probably going to be a second highest. I wouldn't say a first. You could say maybe 2 3s, potentially 2 seconds if you're lucky. But I highly, highly doubt you're getting a first for Bobby McMahon, to be completely honest.
I agree. I think if you do get first, it will be interesting. Nicholas Watt did get them a first in return.
Yeah.
But if Toronto does get another first, that will be really useful for them this upcoming draft.
Yeah, for sure.
We'll have to see kind of how that will look out. But I most likely suspect this will be likely maybe 2 seconds included in that.
Yeah.
With him expiring, I don't know the likelihood of them getting a first in return.
Yeah.
But I feel like the value of about 2 seconds, maybe some sort of player on this plate, like a younger guy who maybe can play fourth line, maybe an extra who, though in his early 20s and is expected to be too much, might be a good return for them.
Yeah, no, for sure. I think, you got to think about Toronto as well. They also don't have their first round pick for this year too, so they could be getting a little bit desperate. They could be packaging up McMahon, and I don't know what other picks they have. If we can
just gonna
pull that up.
But
so they don't have their first. They don't have their second for this year. They have their third. They could package up McMahon the third, try and get a first potentially, or retain even. So you never know. But I have a feeling that they're going to be pretty desperate.
Definitely. This is meant to be a really stacked up draft coming up.
Yeah.
So I do suspect that Toronto will be trying to get as much as possible from this return, most likely in this upcoming draft.
Yeah,
getting Colorado's pick, first round pick next year will be really good, but this first round pick definitely being in that Colorado trade definitely is hurting them.
Yeah, definitely.
That Colorado trade was definitely questionable at first. I kind of liked there because Minton wasn't expected to be too much as a prospect.
Yeah.
But now with how he's performing there in Boston, we can kind of conclude that Toronto had a major mess up in that trade.
No, they definitely did, and I think, at the time it could have been a pretty solid trade overall. If they had a semi-decent playoff run, but they really didn't, and they kind of looking back at it now, is they just didn't really add all that much. So, they definitely really lost out there, I think.
Yeah, it looks like Colorado might be the team from Frank Cervelli, which is a little bit of a question mark.
Yeah,
there.
50-50
But
potentially.
it looks like that Colorado is the team most likely get Bobby McMahon, which is interesting. It's really good. They did open up some cap space there.
Yeah.
But a major issue that comes down to that is they did just trade the first round pick this year.
They did.
And they only have the earliest pick they got for this upcoming draft is 2 fourth round picks.
Right.
They're very stacked in late round picks. But for a player like Bobby McMahon, you want to get first early picks such as the first, second, or third round in return. So I don't know what the return's going to be. I do suspect it'll likely be younger players though. Yeah,
most likely. They got players like Gavin Brindley and whatnot in there, so you could potentially see Brindley going over for as in kind of a 1-for-1 maybe. But that also kind of talking about if Colorado is getting Bobby McMahon, that will probably close the door on Kadri.
Most likely. Kadri
really, really sucks.
Of course, yeah. So. He's been the player that I think most likely teams expect to be traded with him being most on. But I guess the major thing is with his no trade clause, he kind of gets to pick where he wants to go.
Exactly, yeah.
So that's kind of a huge thing holding Calgary back in that sense.
Yeah.
And there likely isn't a lot of teams that will want to pick him up due to that contract, $7 million a year.
Yeah.
The only option I can maybe see is if they retain. But if you're Calgary, I don't know if I want to retain such a long-term deal.
No, you really don't. I mean, it's possible, 10% is doable. It wouldn't be the worst thing in the world, but it is a longer deal. So, it will be better if we could move, someone, I don't know, say like Coleman, who's expiring at the end of the year, and then you could much easily retain, and then it's just only 2 months you're retaining for, 2 or 3 months you're actually fully retaining for. So, I think that it's not great for the Flames that Bobby McMahon is on his way to Colorado.
Yep, so looking at what Colorado looks like right now, Landeskog, McKinnon, and Beaches on that first line, Colton Nelson, and Nedeljko, Nichushkin, on that second pair. Looks like Wall will likely be on the fourth pairing, but I do suspect that he'll be up to likely on the third pair, maybe by playoff time.
Yeah.
So with that, Brindley likely would be the team going out and going to Toronto.
Yeah, most likely.
We will have to see how that will look there, but Colorado is definitely a team that is buying depth, and I think this will be really useful for them. Yeah, they're definitely at this point most likely the favorite to win the cup.
Yeah, for sure. For Lou and whatnot, unfortunately we don't have any autos. I sold all those yesterday, unfortunately. So, kind of moving back to the Avalanche. So it kind of sounds like it will be Brindley going just mainly off the fact they don't have draft picks that would equate to the value of Bobby McMahon. But, Gavin Brindley would probably be the no-brainer 1-for-1. I would love him if he would come to Calgary, honestly.
Yeah, so look what Colorado has for draft picks. They don't have any picks in the first 3 rounds this draft. But next draft, they got 2 seconds with theirs and Minnesota's. But if you're Colorado, I don't know if you want to give those up.
No.
Not having a top, first and third round picks in this draft will be really helpful. The draft is expected to be so deep.
Yeah, for sure.
If I am them, I would try to trade up if possible.
Yeah.
If things don't work out in the playoffs. But I feel like if you are Colorado, giving up Brindley for McMahon would likely be the good option.
Yeah.
But the question mark does come down to if they sign to an extension.
Yeah.
They likely will want a lot of money for that. So I don't know if Colorado will be able to get that.
Yeah, you never know. You could see, what happens and kind of go from there, I guess. But I don't know. I would say Brindley would definitely be my choice at least for Toronto, just looking at their standpoint as well, especially with Colorado. They don't have a ton of prospects. They don't have a ton of draft capital. What do you get back? So you don't want an old player if you're Toronto. You want someone younger on a nice small contract. So.
Yep, exactly. So take a look at Toronto's lineup at this moment with that. McMahon currently isn't in the lineup, but with that, the third pairing, which he would likely be on, would be Joshua Domi and Robertson, which is pretty solid. But Robertson, I think, is a name that has been floated around in trades for the past couple of years.
Yeah, no, he's always been around, I think.
So. I don't think at this point he's been really solid last year. Got a nice extension, and he's looking a lot better this year. He is a player that I don't expect to be traded this time around.
Really?
I don't think he would. He's an RFA this year. The only team I expect to maybe make a move would be Dallas.
Yeah.
To reunite with his brother, but with his brother being most likely going to be
He's
traded.
probably either traded
See.
or leaving or whatever. Yeah, for sure.
Yep. So McMahon leaving will kind of leave a lot of rooms for guys like Vaselli and Nyes to sort of take a more bigger role. I know Nyes was kind of expected to fill that prominent role, which he still is pretty young. He's only 23. I think he does have that potential to not exactly fill that exact position, but could do maybe arguably just as well.
Yeah, for sure. I agree 100%. I think, looking at kind of these Leafs lines, I'm a little bit surprised to see Matias Pacelli on that top line on the left wing, to be completely honest. But yeah.
Yeah, Pacelli has been pretty solid this year, but especially with the line of Matthews and Nylander, that's a really good line now.
Yeah, for sure.
And that second pair of Nyes, Taves, and Cowan is looking pretty solid as well.
Yeah, no, that is pretty solid overall, I would say.
But as well as that right side on their defense is a very big question mark. Carlo is relatively solid, but hasn't been living up to the expectations in Toronto. But again, you can't live up to Toronto media expectations.
No, yeah, if you're going to be, it's very, very high expectations in Toronto, of course. So, I mean, you never know. You never know what could happen. He could be moved. I personally don't think he will, but you never know.
Yeah, so on that second pair as well, they got Stecho, who is been pretty solid this year.
Yeah.
He's mostly a guy that's been mostly a journeyman. I remember him in Vancouver. Great guy to have, but that was the main thing, is like he was more like a 6th or 7th guy.
Yeah, for sure.
But now he's more making a name for himself in Toronto. So we'll have to see how that goes. And then Myers down at that third pair, which is that right side is a big question mark, but that's mostly due to Ekman, Larson, and Tanev not being in the lineup.
Yeah, for sure. Do you know when they're going to be back?
Well, Tanev is likely out for most of the season, maybe out for the playoffs as well. Ekman, Larson, I believe, is in some trade rumors. So we'll have to see how that will go out, because McMahon left and Ekman, Larson are all out of the lineup. Yeah. Mostly due to trade rumors, so we'll have to see how that goes.
Yeah, no, I know Lawton's out for sure. There's kind of rumors of him potentially, I don't know where he would be going most likely, but it would be to a team that is missing that 4th line center, most likely, or even 3rd line potentially. That's why the Leafs went and got him in the first place last year. So, I could see, I feel like I say this with every trade, but I feel like I could see Dallas potentially up there. You could see, I don't know, potentially Minnesota, you could see Boston even, but you never know.
Yep. So looking at some thoughts that kind of happened during this time around.
Yeah, for sure.
For Vancouver, the Leafs president has been pretty quiet from what we've seen.
Yeah.
I likely will see that he hasn't been too good this year, and that contract isn't looking too good.
Yeah.
You likely expect that he won't be sold unless they retain salary, which I don't think will likely happen for Vancouver.
No. Any Red Sox? Yeah.
So if you're Vancouver here, they got a lot of options here. They got Vander Kane and Teddy Bluger.
Yeah.
Who could likely be traded. So that will be interesting to see. And especially, apparently, Jasper Kotkaniemi is out of the lineup. He was out of the lineup on Wednesday for Carolina. So it's possible that he could be traded to Vancouver.
Right.
I think he's definitely a player that his contract isn't looking too good, and he definitely needs a fresh start. So we will have to see how that goes for him.
Yeah, for sure. Unfortunately, I don't have any more. I think I might have some base Red Sox, but that's kind of it. I'm going to check that up right now, just in case you're interested. There you go. All right, sorry. Continue. Check up the totally, just in case. You never know. But yeah, I don't know. It's been surprisingly quiet, I would say, overall.
So this was an interesting one. We got a trade, looks like going to Carolina there.
Yeah. Oh, just right now?
Yep. I'm not the greatest with names.
Nor am I.
But Nicholas Deslayers,
unfortunately.
I might be saying that wrong, but he is being traded to Carolina. It's an interesting move. He's a guy that is mostly just meant to be for grit.
Right.
He can play defense and mostly 4th line wing if need be.
Yeah.
But again, he's mostly that kind of gritty guy. The guy you can't throw out there to throw the punch if need be.
Yeah,
so him being traded to Carolina will be interesting to see how that kind of goes. That is reported by Elliot Freeman, so
that will probably be happening.
We'll have to see what the return will be. I do suspect it'll likely be a mid-round pick, maybe a 4th round pick in that return.
I would say 3rd if they're lucky.
Yeah, so we'll have to see how that goes, but I think that's a good move for Carolina.
Yeah.
I think they're a team that kind of lacks that grit a bit.
Yeah, for sure.
So them picking up a guy that can kind of throw the punch if need be, especially during playoff time, will be very good for them. Because right now they are in the playoff spot, top of the Metro, with Though, as well, the question mark comes down to Philadelphia. Philadelphia could make a playoff push if need be, but I think that them giving him up kind of sets the tone that they don't think they're going to make the playoffs or go far with it.
Yeah.
So kind of get a player that team is interested in and possibly get like a mid-round pick for that.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, so I think I'm going to switch this stream to hockey cards now quickly. While nothing's really happening overall, we're going to end this show. Alright. Okay, that's kind of sad.
Looks like we're getting Derek Poulat to Chicago.
Oh, really? Interesting.
That's an interesting move for them.
So weird one for Chicago.
Yeah,
Like,
Chicago is a team that I do expect to be sellers this time around. So
Yeah.
them giving up trading for a player is interesting, but we have to see what the return is for that.
Yeah, for
It's
sure.
possible that maybe Chicago is more the seller in this situation.
Yeah.
So again, we have to see what happens with that. But Chicago has been making some splashes with Edmonton
Yeah.
getting Watchparty in that first round pick.
Yeah,
so
for sure.
that's
That-
looking pretty
yeah.
good. Right now, Watchparty is slotted in on the fourth line right wing,
Yeah.
which isn't too bad. He's a really solid defensive guy. The
Yeah.
issue comes down to his offensive production.
Yeah.
So if he can maybe fit in with Nazar or even Bedard,
Yeah.
it'll be interesting to see if that can work out for them.
Yeah, no, that'll be interesting for sure here.
Yeah, again, a good luck up a lot right there. He currently is playing for the Wolfpack, 28 games and 52 games as a left-handed defenseman, 32, and he still has another year left on his contract, which is league minimum right now.
Yeah.
Not a bad move. Most likely, he's just meant to get that extra guy. We'll have to see what the return is for that. But he's played for multiple teams. Played for Pittsburgh, Vancouver, the Blues, the Kraken, the Golden Knights, the Sharks, and the Stars.
Yeah.
And I guess he's been on, I guess, the Rangers farm team as well. So he's kind of been around the league.
Yeah,
So
for
he's
sure.
always a guy that's kind of on the road though. So 2012 first round pick by Pittsburgh. So we'll have to see how that kind of works out for them.
Yeah.
I do expect that this would be a very similar trade to what we just saw there, which it'll likely be more of a late round pick possibly.
Yeah,
Or
for
you
sure.
can see it being similar to what we saw with the Canucks and Sharks yesterday with
Yeah.
trade between Jack Thompson
Yeah, for
and
Jet Wu. Yeah.
which I think is a really good move for Vancouver. Vancouver gets a younger guy on the right-handed side with San Jose getting back a guy who's more a veteran,
Yeah.
with more gritty defenseman.
Yeah, for
So I think
sure.
that's a good move for them there.
Yeah, I agree.
So yeah, waiting for more news to come in at the moment. Things have been a little bit quiet. You mostly some
Yeah.
smaller trades at the moment,
Yeah,
but
for
not
sure.
bad. I think if you,
Not terrible, yeah.
especially if you're Carolina, getting a guy like that could be
Yeah.
really good for a good cup run.
Yeah, no, for sure.
But
Yeah,
again,
no, I agree.
it's pretty quiet there, so we're just gonna wait for anything to kind of come in now.
Yeah. Yeah. For sure. There we go. So that's us up, and we can start the beach. Sweet. Switch that. Oh, look at my face. It's a sick card I picked up a while back. Coronado.
Well, that's a good one.
Yeah. Your edition.
I don't have a lot of NHL ones, but I have some. Well, my uncle played Dell in Germany,
Right.
so I have his hockey card, and then I
Nice.
got some junior ones too, major junior preferably.
Right. Nice.
Would love to get some junior A ones, but those ones are a lot more tough to find because those are mostly on game day stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
And being in the city of Saskatoon, you don't really get the option for that.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
Well, until most recently with the Wolverines, but
Yeah.
yeah, so just waiting for anything to sort of happen at this point. But it's, again, still pretty quiet.
It is,
These
yeah.
small moves here. Do you expect any big trades to happen coming shortly?
I'm gonna be completely honest. I'm gonna say no. I think all the big trades are done. To be completely honest, which is kind of sad because I was hoping we would have some major deal or something like that going on at some point while we were live and potentially recording or live on air yesterday or something like that. But unfortunately, nothing happened there, which is a little bit sad. But you know what? That's kind of what happens sometimes. It is what it is, and you kind of just got to move on and go from there, I guess.
Yeah, so we want to see a lot of teams do. St. Louis is a team that it's very questionable. They had a lot of trade rumors this summer around. But they didn't really make any big moves.
No, they really didn't. They haven't just yet.
Just yet. We still got another hour left on the trade deadline, and then here. So I'll be here for a little longer, and then I will wrap up my time here, while Jack kind of comes in and fills my spot for them.
Yeah, for sure. I think Jack should be. He texted me saying he's running a little bit behind, so hopefully he should be in soonish. Hopefully,
so it looks like we got the trade there for Carolina. It will be for a 2027 conditional 7th round pick.
Don't see many conditional 7ths anymore.
That's
insane.
So people, I was saying it's a little bit of an overpay, and I can agree. I'm surprised it's not a conditional 8th round pick.
Yeah.
Where once an 8th round comes in, they will cut the pick.
Yeah.
But I do think it's an interesting trade for them, mostly getting a guy who can play 4th line, just 7th defenseman out there, just to throw the punches. I think it's a pretty solid move.
Yeah, overall, I agree. Hey, how we doing?
And only for a conditional 7th round pick. I think
for sure.
I think any team would do something like that.
Figure this out here. How we're gonna do this here.
Bring it this chair
I'll right in the middle here, or we can grab that as well. That works too.
We did. Welcome, Jack. We had some
Yeah.
rumors that by McMahon is being traded, most likely to Colorado.
Oh, yeah. There you go.
We'll have to see what the return is for that.
Yeah. You're all good.
We did just have a trade with Carolina and Philadelphia.
Yeah.
So Lincoln State, the Layers, or however I say that name, it's very long, will be traded to Carolina in exchange for a 2027 additional 7th round pick.
Yeah. Yeah, conditional 7th. When was the last time you saw a conditional 7th round pick?
Did you guys see the conversations between Montreal and Calgary?
Yeah.
Liney and Calgary?
I don't want him.
I mean,
I really don't want him.
He's expiring, so it's not like...
Yeah, no.
I think if you are Calgary in this situation, as long as they don't have to retain anything, it wouldn't be a bad return with
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
Liney's pretty much been injured essentially all season.
Yeah.
And
That's
he
in the middle there.
Yeah, for sure.
And he likely will. I think if that trade does happen, there'll likely be more pieces to it.
Yeah.
But I most likely expect that the return will likely be probably a 1st round pick and maybe a prospect in play.
Yeah, for sure.
But for Line I can sort of expect that Calgary could give him a 1-year extension, maybe for like $3 million, just something like that.
Yeah.
Just to fill that cap space.
Yeah.
And just kind of see how he performs.
Yeah, I mean, personally, I would much rather getting an actual pick or something we can keep back, to be completely honest. But, so.
I would even be, like, fine. Like, honestly, I'm at the point now where if we move Calgary and it's only for, like, a 3rd and a 4th, like, I'm not gonna lose sleep over that.
Yeah, no, same. So
looks like we got some waiver moves there.
Yeah.
Glendening will be claimed by Philadelphia.
Yeah.
Ryan Hub will be claimed by Florida, and Douglas is claimed by Vancouver.
Yeah.
So that's interesting. My team claims actually some for once. Probably the biggest move in the last hour there is 3 players getting claimed.
Yeah, for sure.
It's been a big quiet today.
It's been so quiet. It's quite sad.
Yeah.
I was hoping we would get some big trades, but I think we're done with the big deals for today. Honestly, it's just gonna be some small ones. I think.
Everly did get re-signed.
Yeah, we
like
talked about that a bit earlier. Yeah.
It looks like the return for Brian McMahon will be Ross Colton, Gavin Ridley, and a draft pick in return.
Wow.
Wait, what? For
Holy
which trade?
Bobby McMahon.
Wow.
Brian McMahon is going to Colorado in exchange for Ross Colton, Gavin Ridley, and likely a draft pick. I assume will be a 2nd round pick for next year.
That's insane. That's a huge return. Because we were just talking about how we thought they would get max a 2nd back for that. So
we were thinking like maybe 2 seconds or something, but now it's Ross Colton in return would be that's big for them, and Gavin Ridley as well.
Yeah, Gavin Ridley's a big name. Yeah, really, really solid. He's been getting NHL minutes. I didn't realize that.
Has he?
4th line in Colorado. Yeah.
So with that, wouldn't be too surprised if Colorado does extend him.
Yeah, for sure.
It looks like earlier today, Utah did call in for Robert Thomas, but
I don't think he's getting moved.
No. Same with Kyrie. They're both staying.
Yeah, I don't think the Blues have had a pretty
They've had a they've had a terrible deadline.
Because they've had a lot of players to move, but like obviously the Prick one's not really their fault.
No, not at all.
Definitely the cost of having players on no trade clauses.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
That's why like that McCann deal makes me wonder like why the Flames haven't been able to find something for Coleman.
Looks like Timothy Lindgren will be going to the Washington Capitals.
Oh wow.
We'll see how that kind of goes for them, but I think that's a pretty good move, especially with losing John Carlson.
Yeah.
Since it's sort of a replacement in that sense.
Yeah, for sure.
That's kind of
The Caps have been smart this
They
time.
have.
Like they haven't. I didn't really realize that. Obviously, they weren't in a playoff spot, but it's like smart of them to actually be proactive
Yeah.
and like move some of their guys. Even though the Carlson move was, I did not expect that to happen.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Yeah, that was kind of out of the blue. That was a weird one.
Yeah, looking at the lineup there, Lindgren will be fitting on the right side with Van Riemsdyk and Roy, which I think is a relatively solid right side.
Yeah,
Yeah,
for
Losing
sure.
Carlson kind of hurts, but having that left side that they already got there is.
Is Carlson a right shot?
Yeah.
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 I wonder where does he fit on the Ducks roster?
So most likely would be on the top pairing with Gudis and
Yeah.
Chuba after that.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So I guess we'll have to see where he fits in there. But
Yeah.
being 36 and expiring, don't really expect too much of like a extension from that.
Yeah.
That is a very old right side though with
Mm.
Gudis and Chuba and Carlson.
Yeah.
That left side, the oldest player being Lacombe at 25.
Yeah.
Is Gudis an expiring guy?
Expiring $4 million. So
Oh, Braden Shen. To the Islanders potentially. Is
Oh, wow,
what
there you
I've
go.
just heard from Friedman. That's just come in. So that could be. That'll probably be the biggest deal that we get, other than maybe the Brindley one. I believe.
Yeah, I wonder if they just like the Ducks, if they would let Gudis walk and maybe try to extend Carlson on like a
Yeah.
2-year deal or something like that if he fits well.
Yeah, no, you
The
can
rest of
definitely
the
see
year?
that. I think
Yeah,
that's a
it-
possibility
for
for
sure a
sure.
lot of cap space at the moment,
Yeah.
especially with those expiring contracts as well.
Yeah.
So they have been doing a really good job kind of getting some veterans. So we'll
Yeah.
see how that kind of works out for them.
Yeah, for sure. This could be a long
So with
one.
Shem being traded to Almas, what are you guys expecting that return to look like?
Probably. I'm
Probably
gonna say the Islanders are desperate. I'm gonna say first.
You think a first?
Yeah.
I think a seconds and maybe. I don't know. Like, do the Islanders have any prospects, like C-tier prospects, or?
Well, they
I
have
don't know,
Richie,
really.
They have Richie. Yeah.
but I don't think he'll likely be in the trade. With
No.
No.
But they have Eklund, which and Eisenman, which
Yeah.
we can maybe see. But I don't know if you would want to trade him for Shem.
No.
No, probably not.
Maybe like Nelson or something like that.
Yeah.
I know he's kind of like a bit of an older prospect now.
Yeah.
Oh, he's only 20.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Shen on that pairing would make that center that look pretty lethal with Horvat and Richie
Yeah.
are the top two. and then-
Especially because you can move Richie down to the third.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
for sure.
There hasn't been much news on Pajot either. I thought I heard.
No, there
Maybe
really hasn't.
We're gonna move him, but
I most likely think because Severance are being the price for him is so high and he hasn't been having a great season as well.
yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think teams are willing to
Yeah,
spend
for 5 mil. That's
yeah, especially with them expiring and with how seven contracts are looking, you'll probably get like $6 million this offseason.
Yeah.
Even with them only likely finishing the year with like 40 points.
yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So. This has been a weird deadline because last year it seemed like
Yeah.
it was really active.
Well, yeah, no, and we had the huge deals like Rantanen and Marchand and all that stuff that kind of led up to it.
Yeah.
Well, Marchand was on the deadline, but yeah, that was a bit of an interesting one,
Mhm.
I think. Yeah. So we'll see. You never know. Something could come in last minute. You
Yeah.
know,
Maybe-
Kadri for McDavid, 1-for-1.
Yeah.
I would not complain about that. That'll be a wicked trade. Never happened, but one can dream.
Well, with this, I'll make my due here, so I'll let you continue the podcast.
Yeah, for sure.
Thanks for filling my spot.
Yeah.
That was nice.
Yeah, no, it was fun.
I'll move this chair there.
Yeah. Yeah, it's been slow.
I'll leave the merchandise here until I get back.
Alright,
Sure,
sounds
okay.
good. We're probably gonna be out of here around just after 1.
Yeah.
Yep,
I'll be
Right
back
after
by
the
then.
deadline. Alright, sounds good. Yeah, we're just gonna hang out, I think, and Try and sell some sports cards. Attempt to. It's been slow today. I find it's so easy to sell in like a live auction. It's so easy in the afternoon and the evening.
Okay.
So slow in the morning.
Yeah, that makes
It's
sense.
brutal. Like, yeah, here we go. Player has been approved. Work still being done on the Shen deal.
Okay.
So still no hint of any return or anything, just like that from Dreger at least. So this has been incredibly slow. I don't know why it's been so slow. I'm not gonna lie, but. So we go Super Mario Bros. What's coming up on X here? That's how slow the deadline's been. We got Temu ads.
Yeah, it just seems like with Calgary, they just don't want to retain on Kadri. So if
They
can
really
get-
don't.
if they can get a deal where they don't have to, then
Yeah.
I don't really see why they don't want to though.
Yeah, I mean it's a longer deal, so I can see that's why. Like, if it's like 10%, then
It's
suck it up
Yeah,
at
it's
that
not,
point.
it's not
like-
really gonna be like affecting us.
No, it really
anyway.
won't. So it's not like we're bringing on any huge contracts or
No.
anything like that. So
That's probably why that line A stuff is
going around,
flying
yeah,
the talks, just because
yeah, for sure.
I don't even know what his contract is. It's true.
Lane's is probably like a 5, maybe 6.
Oh wait, it's 8.7.
Oh Jesus.
So,
Yeah.
I mean, we could do it. Like he's.
Yeah, no, it's not gonna work. It's not like the cap is a worry for us or
Yeah.
anything like that. So it's not impossible for the Flames to pull that off, but it wouldn't be my favorite deal of all time if I'm being
We
completely
don't
honest.
need Line A, but I think the thing that makes it okay is he'd be expiring
Yeah,
at the end of the year, so we don't even have to extend him. We could just let him walk.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, yeah. I mean, I would much rather get some prospects though. I think or something.
me
like that.
too.
Like, if we go 1-for-1 for Lane, I'm not
Oh,
gonna be
no,
very happy
that's
with
not
that
gonna
deal.
be good.
That would be terrible. It would just be a pointless cap dump at
Yeah.
that point. Like, there's just no reason for that.
But yeah, if we can get Line in, if maybe like a second, and
Yeah.
I know Montreal's a lot of prospects, like just one of their like depth prospects, I'd be fine with that.
Yeah, for sure.
Like,
Yeah,
especially if we're not retaining.
yeah, for sure.
It's interesting. There's no really news around Coleman either.
No, yeah, like I'm surprised we haven't done anything at this deadline, like other than the Uyghur deal the other day. But the fact that we haven't sent off Coleman or Kadri yet is a little bit worrying for me
Mm-hmm.
because probably means Coleman's just gonna walk then at the end of the year,
Yeah.
and Kadri's gonna get traded for less, most likely. So yeah, I don't know. It's a very slow deadline compared to last year. 'Cause, yeah, no, last year like we didn't even do a stream, but I remember me and Liam were in class just grinding it out. So it's just one thing after another.
Oh yeah.
Essentially the whole time. Yeah, it was brutal. Just nonstop. Couldn't even pay attention in class because there was so much happening. But yeah, no, it's been incredibly slow today.
Yeah, no Trocheck news either.
I know, yeah, I've been really surprised by that as well.
It doesn't look like Cairo's gonna get moved. Even like
No.
DeBrusque from the
Yeah, from the Canucks.
Canucks.
Yeah, I mean the Canucks made their Garland move, so they're probably fine overall, but still a little bit surprising that there's just been nothing happening. Still haven't heard anything here. It's 3 minutes ago was the last update from Gregor on the Shen
Yeah, I'm
move.
kind of just like going through.
Yeah,
X
no,
right
I'm
now,
just
trying
waiting
to
for
see.
stuff to pop up from X and whatnot. So, yeah, it's a little bit surprising it's been this slow, to be completely honest.
What were your thoughts on the? Did you watch the Flames game yesterday?
No, I didn't.
Me neither.
I did not. No.
I was just checking the score and I'm happy I saw we lost because
Yeah,
when I
no.
first checked we were
I
up
knew we were
1-0.
winning. Yeah, I saw that. I get like the live notifications or whatever, so I
Yeah.
saw we were winning, and then I'm so happy we lost.
Yeah, no, that's good because we're
No.
second last now.
Are
Which
we
is Nice, yeah.
in the league or in the?
Yeah, in the league.
Oh, sweet, even better. So I guess the Jets and Rangers. Yeah, because the Rangers won.
Yeah, I think the
yesterday.
Rangers won.
The
and
Jets won as well, I guess. Then.
Let's check
and
the
the
games
Blues.
tonight because there's
Uh,
probably some important tank games.
Yeah, no, there definitely should be, for sure.
I mean, yeah, the Canucks play tonight. If they could win, that'd be good.
That would be huge if the Canucks could win a game. That'd be huge.
When was the last time these guys won?
Jeez, they probably only won like 1 or 2 all year. Soderblom from Detroit to Pittsburgh for a 2026 third round pick.
Another small deal.
Yeah, very, very small deal. Can't even open it. Here we go. That's Omer Soderblom, not the goalie Soderblom.
Yeah, that's
yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm surprised there hasn't been anything on Hanley. I could maybe see that happening in the next.
Yeah, that could be a really small
40
one here
minutes.
pretty quick. That'd be
nice.
That would be awesome.
If we could just get like a second or third.
Yeah, that would be absolutely awesome. I would love that.
Or Pahal maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe clean up the right side a little bit. Cause
For
we
sure.
were talking about it yesterday. Perek wasn't even on the top.
I know he was on the third line.
Yeah.
Like we had it was Pahal and Hanley was our second line defense when we have Zane Perek playing third line.
Who was he playing alongside?
Kuznetsov.
Oh wow.
Which makes it even worse.
Yeah.
So, because the fact that we had our 2 prospects that should be getting top minutes playing third line together when you Joel Hanley and
that was brutal.
not playing second line, that was pretty brutal.
We'll see if like Flames Reddit has anything going on.
Yeah.
They always kind of have like rumors here.
Oh yeah, no, that's everywhere I find, but yeah. Big Cougars game tonight too.
That's awesome.
I'm so hyped for that. It's gonna be a huge game. My house is absolutely packed right now. It's a
is it?
4-bedroom house. Last night it was 2 in my room. The guy who lives next to me had his girlfriend over, so that's another 2.
Yeah.
There was one downstairs in one room, 1 downstairs in another room, and 2 in the living room.
Oh
God, it was packed last night in the house. So, yeah, it's a full house right now, but a lot of them are heading out on a ski trip today. So,
cool.
It'll be nice and quiet, I guess, once after today, I guess. So for tonight, it'll be much better. But
currently, Montreal's also interested in White Cloud. Don't know how much stock to put into that.
no, I don't see White Cloud getting moved. He would have been moved already, I think, if there was a deal to be had. So, unfortunately, I don't think we're making any moves, which really, really sucks. So I'll check the battery life on my computer here. Make sure it's not about to die, because I thought we had a way to do it through OBS, or not through OBS, which should be fine. 61%.
Where did Shaq guy get traded to again?
I don't think he has been traded. No.
I thought he did.
I don't think he did.
Let me check. Maybe he didn't. I don't know where I thought I saw him.
So there's all the rumors he was coming here to Calgary, I think. But I don't think anything ever happened.
Maybe not. I don't know what I was seeing then.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, it looks like Vincent Trocheck's just gonna stay in New York.
Yeah, I guess maybe get moved in the summer, actually.
Makes sense.
Is he expiring in the summer? Do you know?
I don't think he is.
So yeah, he could definitely get moved then, potentially, I guess. But bit of a weird one from the Rangers.
Foligno was traded for future considerations. I didn't even realize that.
Yeah. First future considerations we've seen in this deadline.
And then Corey Perry going to Tampa confirms Tampa's Cup final appearance.
Yep.
But they will lose in the final.
Yeah, exactly. Shen has approved the trade to the Islanders.
Okay.
Just in from Dreger. So that should be coming pretty quick here, I guess. Hopefully. Slow day all around. Haven't sold anything today. It's brutal. Sold quite a bit last night. Sold 5 cards last night. So
there you go.
Did pretty well last night on live auctions, but it's just so dead in the middle of the game.
Did that Perek one get moved? Or?
No, I'm not selling that on here just because it's gonna go for too low. I have it up on eBay right now, so that one, it hasn't been moved just yet. I have it on a 7-day auction, so London, it'll be up for a couple more days most likely. I think I can pull it up right here actually while nothing's happening there. There we go. I have the Dobes should be going first, I think.
Okay.
I don't think I brought that one. No, I should have. This one will be going in 2 days probably.
Okay,
10 walkthroughs
cool.
on it. So the prick one hasn't gotten nearly as much interest as I thought it would.
Yeah.
Honestly, it's kind of just got 1 watcher as of right now, but hopefully I can make something solid off it. At least. I mean, hell, if I sell it for anything more than 20, I'll be happy.
Yeah.
So then I make a profit, or a solid profit plus $10 in shipping. So overall, that would be pretty good. Brought this one in today. It's kind of a cool one.
Yeah,
Rookie
it's a
rendition.
cool
It's
one.
Coronado. It's $3.99,
Coronado,
$4.99 in the world. Yeah.
Is this like part of the graphic? That's
Yeah, it's
cool.
part of the graphic.
Oh wow.
Yeah, no, it's cool. It's kind of a
That's
one-off they did a
interesting.
couple of years back. Yeah, no, I didn't really bring any other. It's impossible to find Flames cards. I swear to God.
Oh yeah.
Like even just like pulling cards, it's impossible. Like I've never pulled a Calgary Flame card.
Oh
in my life.
really?
Yeah. It is brutal. I don't know if they're just not printed or just because I'm a Flames fan or what, but it's brutal.
They're all being sent to Edmonton.
Yeah. No, I pulled a couple Oilers, but nothing really happening overall. So yeah, still really slow. This Shen trade should be coming through in the next 10 minutes or so,
Yeah.
most likely confirmed now that he's approved it. And then we'll probably about half an hour and then we're gonna head out, I guess. Could even end a couple minutes early if it's still dead. Joseph has just signed with LA. Because he was terminated by the Blues.
I do remember that.
So he just signed with LA.
Yeah, everyone's kind of feeling the same way. It's just pretty slow right now.
Yeah, no, it's literally nothing's happening. I'm probably gonna end this honestly. Oh, here we go. We got someone joined. Hopefully, let me know if you want to see anything in particular, any team player you're looking for. I can try and make it work. Yeah, very, very slow deadline compared to last year for sure. Any nice young guns? I have Mark Gatcombe over here. Mark Gatcombe, Dylan Duke as well over here on Canvas Young Guns. I have Jake McCabe Young Guns over here as well. Liam Ogren's kind of Young Guns, but marquee rookie. I have renewed Young Guns to Shifley, and I also have a trilogy rookie renditions of Coronado too. So if any of those catch your eye, let me know. Also, I have Zane Prek and what was the other card? Jacob Dobesh, but that's not going on here. That's going on eBay. Any other sports? I got some baseball. If you'd be interested in that, I got some 2026 baseball. So let me know what you guys are looking for. Is there any teams in baseball you could be looking for? I have some football. I just don't have them on me right now. So just let me know. So yeah, for baseball, we got a whole bunch of rookies here right now. We have some Dynamite Parallels. We have some Stars of the MLB, that kind of stuff. Tight into the game. Nope. All right. Sweet. Real boring.
What are you streaming on?
Whatnot.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it's pretty much just all live auctions on
Yeah.
here. And then kind of for any more, I'll put everything up on eBay as well, but for the more expensive cards, I have some more expensive, like this one I'm selling for 10
Okay.
on here, which 50-50 if it'll sell, but it's also
Yeah.
on eBay. So, but like the cards are kind of more than 10 that I'll just put on eBay because then I have a higher chance of making more money because you're gonna get more people seeing it.
Yeah.
Essentially off of it. But in cards I just can move for small value, then I'll just go in here because it's so easy.
Yeah.
Like literally last night, like I honestly just got ChatGPT to write me up a 30-minute script
Oh,
essentially,
yeah.
and it did that, and I made $20 so
Yeah.
off of one guy.
Yeah.
So it was pretty solid. Yeah, it was good. I don't really have anything else like really cool in here. I don't think. I don't have a ton of really cool hockey. I got this one, Peachy Premier. That one's kind of cool.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's Premier. Other than that, like I really don't have much. What's I doing all my Chris Kreider Cup Quest.
Oh, there you go.
Just Stuart Skinner Track Systems,
Oh,
Bennington.
Stuart
Oilers legend Stuart Skinner. Yeah, no, like I literally have hundreds of base cards in here, and I don't have a single Flames player. Mintikov, Askarov, another Stuart Skinner, 2 Matthias Michellis, the exact same card. Get a lot of duplicates, I find, with base, which is really annoying. Especially when you haven't pulled a single Flames player.
I didn't realize too that Line has a no trade clause.
Yeah, he does. Yeah.
That makes it a bit more challenging.
Yeah, for sure. I'm gonna end this. Cool, put some of that for now. I will go back. No, probably. Oh, look at the other side. Completely forgot that I was supposed to bring back an SD card earlier. Whatever. I need to upload the footage first, and then I'll just run home and do that, I guess.
Yeah.
Kind of a cool auto, Mark McLaughlin rookie.
Yeah.
$4.99. Kind of a cool card. I picked it up a while ago, but impossible to sell. It's brutal. It's the slowest of line of them,
I know.
think. Oh,
This has got to be like
this
the
might be something.
most boring.
Yeah, first and a third and prospect for sure.
Oh wow.
That is a huge return.
That is a great return.
Great return for the Blues.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
why can't Calgary do any of this stuff?
I know. Yeah, what are we doing? Where are we at? Yeah, first, third, and return. That's a really, really good deal.
Onward prospect, it would be.
Yeah, I don't even know. Like, who do the Isles even have?
That's what I'm trying, because they're not gonna move any of their big guys, like
No.
not like Richie or
No,
Eiserman
for
or.
Potentially. Oh, what's his name?
Maybe like Aitchison?
Yeah, potentially Aitchison or Ziplikov, maybe.
Okay, yeah.
Because he just got sent down as well.
Yeah.
Never know. We'll see. I'm sure in a couple minutes.
Yeah.
That was almost exactly 10 minutes that was confirmed. So, quite happy about my math on that one.
Yeah.
Yeah. The Leafs winning the Gavin McKenna sweepstakes. Jesus.
Of course, they're
Yeah.
thinking that's gonna happen.
Yeah. Please don't go to Toronto. That will be brutal. Games at 7 tonight. I think I'll be back by 10. It's just FCA.
Probably, yeah.
Should be.
Yeah.
Assuming it doesn't go to overtime. Yeah, definitely should be. Fuck, this is so slow.
I know, like nothing's going.
Yeah. Much. It's a good idea to take 3 classes during the spring. Jesus Christ.
I feel like that'd be.
You're not working if you're taking 3 classes.
Yeah.
It's just essentially taking 6 classes, like the workload.
Yeah.
just want to move off, but it's like it's just not the right thing right now.
Yeah.
Like it's just not. It's not really feasible, especially because like the guy that I would move off with, he would just go back home. Like for like we're both going home this summer, but like starting in September, but for the summer after that, he's still going to go home. So it's just not feasible for me to have a 2-bedroom and then pay the whole thing by myself. Or just find another roommate for 4 months. Yeah. It's just rural, but is what it is. We'll see. Makes it easier to just rip in here and do LeagueWatch. Yeah. We'll have to figure out what we want to do for next year, whether we continue the show or what, because you'll have to do like book the SD card and let me in because I won't be able to get in or anything like that. So
I think it should still be able to work though.
Oh yeah, no, it definitely should. We just got to work it around our schedules for the fall, which will be doable. Like I'm only taking 4 classes in the fall, so
me too.
And that's what I'm doing right now, and I have the class load 6 classes as of right now, so it's very, very easily doable, I think, for next year. So, yeah, should be fun next year, I think.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see, like, if Kadri's still aflame after 1 p.m., like, how he's, like, what his body language is gonna look like.
Yeah, I don't think he's gonna be very happy, to be honest. Yeah, no, I don't think he's gonna be very happy if he's still aflame.
Especially because it looked like he was gonna be getting moved to Colorado.
Yeah, I know, but now with the Bobby McMahon trade, that's not gonna happen. They don't have the cap space for that unless we take on someone, and they've also just shipped off their one notable prospect. So, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I don't even know. Like, who could even still get moved now? Coleman.
I don't know. I guess like probably one of the smaller depth guys, like up the Hall or Hanley. Yeah, it's probably one of those two.
Coleman, if we're lucky, I'd say at this point, but Kadri probably won't go into the summer now.
I don't think Kadri's gonna get moved now.
So, yeah. We'll see. Just keep refreshing.
Yeah.
I guess kind of the only game we got right now. Of course, all the big deals happen as soon as we get off of the show yesterday. And
like the Carlson one. That one kind of came out of nowhere.
Yeah, I did not know that was happening. Yeah, so going back to the waiver wire that we kind of just got a little bit distracted from a while ago. Philadelphia claims Glendenning, Vancouver claims Douglas, and Florida now has 2 Reinhardts. So
okay, there you go.
Yeah. Wow, I'm so far behind on the Corey Perry trade here. I gotta really go and refresh this. My dad makes a good point there. We got Paralympic sledge hockey as well going on right now.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I don't even know what the schedule is for that, to be completely honest. Especially because next week's show is going to be pretty slow, I think.
Yeah.
Other than trades, like, it's not good. We're going to have to struggle to get the full 2 hours.
Yeah, I think so.
But you never know. Something massive could happen. We could get Kadri for McDavid. 1 for 1. That would be awesome. That would be so cool if we got Kadri. If we got McDavid, that would be awesome. I would be so happy.
But that'd be so weird for me. I don't know how I'd feel.
Yeah, I don't know either.
Such a McDavid hater fan.
Yeah, for sure. Definitely will be a weird one, but I would not complain about that at all. Yeah, I mean, you can honestly pack it up early here if you want. I think it's been incredibly slow. Yeah, start to pack it up here. So I should probably wait for Nathan to come back. But
what's up? Where did he go?
He's gonna do an interview. I think he's for his news.
Okay.
He said he'll be back before 1. I'll just send him a text and see.
What time did you guys set up?
Oh, I've been here since 10:30 probably. So.
Oh, okay.
Nothing's happened. Because I kind of just came by and dropped off some stuff and whatnot, but yeah, literally nothing has happened at all. So it's quite disappointing overall, I'd say. Yeah, it definitely didn't live up to the hype last year.
No, unfortunately not.
It is what it is, but we'll survive. Honestly, I might go get some Tim's or something after this. I'm hungry. I need to return the SD card actually. I need to upload the footage. I got so distracted last night, completely forgot to do it.
Oh,
I
yeah.
got distracted this morning packaging up that sale that I did
Yeah.
last night. That I completely didn't think about the fact that I had an SD card to return 2 hours ago. And I haven't uploaded the footage, so I'm sure it'll be fine. So I got stuck in traffic or something. On the walk to campus. Never know. I really want to get this restitched to correct.
That would be so sick.
That's
Yeah.
what my buddy did. Or one of my roommates.
Yeah.
He restitched it, but it's not cheap. Like it's almost the price of just buying a new
Oh,
jersey
is it?
that's
How
already
much
on
is
sale.
it?
Like, well, you gotta restitch. Well, you gotta take it all off yourself.
Yeah.
So you gotta do that, or you
Yeah.
have to pay probably $50 to have that done, and
Yeah.
it's gonna be another 90
Oh,
to get
jeez.
the whole thing done. At least that's what he paid, roughly. So.
Where did he go for that? Like.
It was someplace in like South Center Mall. I think that does
okay.
it. That he went to. So. That would be my best guess. I guess so. Yeah. Yeah, no, that was a very disappointing deadline, to be honest.
Yeah, I know. 20 minutes for anything to happen.
I know. Final 20 minutes. Sweet. We still have the schedule for the Paralympic hockey. See what we got going on. Canada, Slovakia. Is that today? That's tomorrow. Tomorrow night. Canada, Japan. And I guess that's it.
Japan's in it.
Yeah. And Canada, Czechia. That'll be a great rivalry
Yeah,
matchup.
that's a good one.
And then, where are we here? This would be, semifinals will be next Friday, so a week
Okay.
today. And then finals will be the Sunday. So yeah, we could definitely discuss that
Yeah.
and see. I won't be able to watch the game tomorrow. Definitely not. I'll be at the Cougars game. Monday, March 9th, I can probably watch though. Assuming nothing major comes up.
Yeah. Yeah, apparently Kadri will be deeply disappointed if he's still with the Flames.
Yeah.
That's the deadline, so.
I think a lot of players are deeply disappointed that they're still with the Flames right
Yeah.
now. But it is what it is. We will survive. Yeah, that's really disappointing though. Overall, I thought we would do better than that. Top century. 24-year-old Alex Vlasic is now the longest tenured player on Chicago's roster.
Wow, that's crazy.
That's sad.
Yeah.
Pretty soon at this rate, it's going to be Bedard. He's probably going to get moved next year, I guess.
Bedard?
No, Vlasic.
Oh.
Yeah, I can see that happening. Jeez. Mock trade from NHL humor.
Well, I just saw that. That was so confusing.
Two Elias Petterssons from Vancouver to Colorado. Ivan to Pittsburgh, and then defense Sebastian Aho to Carolina, and forward Sebastian Aho to Vancouver.
Yeah, why would that?
Jeez.
Why would that happen?
Oh, I love that account. Corey Perry deal was a weird one.
It was, yeah.
Kind of out of nowhere. Kind of a weird one for the Kings. I mean, of course you don't want Corey Perry on your team. That guy sucks, but still, bit of a weird one.
Yeah, I guess they Tampa likes him because he was there before, right? So
Yeah, I guess so. That makes sense. Yeah, I don't know. Definitely a bit of a weird one.
we could probably wrap it up in like 6 minutes.
Yeah, for sure. We'll be finish about 10 minutes early. Watch the biggest trade of all time happen as soon as we leave. Like,
Yeah.
I'm sure that's exactly what's gonna happen. So we're starting to try to repack this whole thing with jerseys and
Yeah.
cards and all that stuff. All that fun stuff.
You think now with Foligno gone from the Hawks that Bedard's probably gonna get the C?
Definitely is
Yeah.
going to see next year. I don't know who else it would be. Monjapani. Jeez.
Could you imagine?
Monjapani getting a C over Bedard would be insane. Wait, yeah, that would be wild. Would make sense though. If Bedard gets it.
Yeah, I don't think there's anyone else really to fit that role other than him.
Yeah, for sure. I'm hoping he's back in the next couple minutes.
Yeah.
I need to return this SD card before they really ran away. Probably just call them on one, I guess. Instead of
Yeah.
That'll probably be fine. It's a Friday. It's not like they're waiting on it. Like someone's gonna be waiting on it. It's an SD card. Yeah, I don't know. Oh, all that matters in Calgary now.
Yeah, I
officially.
saw that.
Be a nice game.
I think we play at Carolina tomorrow,
Yeah,
honestly.
at least they're a good team. They can beat us.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna complain about that. McDowd's made it to Vegas. much worse do you think we're gonna be next year? The Flames.
I think that we're probably gonna be like similar,
Yeah.
like bottom 3, I'd say.
Yeah.
But I think definitely like Kadri's gonna get moved in the summer at this point.
Yeah. No, he will. I'm sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I could maybe see them going into the season with Coleman, but moving him like at next year's deadline potentially.
Yeah, I could see that.
So, yeah, and then I don't really think we're gonna like sign anyone for agency or anything. So it's probably gonna be pretty similar roster.
Yeah, it'll probably be very similar, if not the exact same.
Probably some younger guys maybe could make the next step, like
Gavin McKenna.
Yeah, right.
McKenna, Stenberg, whoever we get. I saw yesterday. I mean, we were 5th then in lottery standings, but we would have gotten Schmitz.
Yeah.
For 5th. So I wouldn't complain about that. He would probably be one who would start right away, most likely.
I could see that.
He doesn't want to wait, I don't think. But yeah. All right. I'm gonna stream over.
Yeah, I can wait for now. 10 minutes.
Yeah.